Rogueblox is literally a breeding ground for human experiments. Trying to play this game is like being thrown on an island with 1,000 other people, except they're all fucking caveman apes guided by nothing but sheer instinct. Actually, before I even get into the cesspool of shit that this game is, I absolutely need to get 2 things off my chest. First off, holy genuine carbuncle beans, what in the 7 seas is wrong with this game's logo? Why does it look like that? Look me in the eyes and tell me that it looks good. Now go ahead. I'll wait. And the same goes for these. Okay, actually, I don't even want to talk about the loading screens. I'm gonna just put them up on screen and let the images speak for themselves. Like, you feel me? Like, sometimes less is more. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Hope you smile when you listen. Rogueblox on the surface is your typical rogue lineage copy, and if you don't know what that means, I am so goddamn happy for you. But basically, it means the game is an open world roguelike RPG where you must explore the world to find ways to earn currency, XP, and reputation to progress from base to super to ultra class, which is the strongest, all while avoiding death at all costs, because losing all your lives in this game means that those 14 hours of near-death experiences you spent begrudgingly farming dangerous enemies while running from a troop just to unlock your ultra class has now gone to waste. You keep absolutely nothing. Actually, my bad. You get to send a few items to your next life and can maybe spawn in with a pickaxe. Thanks, game. That really made up for it. Said nobody ever.
Just give me my monarch.
There's no rhyme or reason you should spend thousands of dollars on college for psychology when you can study the creatures that play this game for free. Now I'll show you what I mean. So me and this guy were 1v1ing, we're both super classes, a standard fight, right? Wrong. It wouldn't be a typical fight in Rogueblox if you weren't outnumbered. See that gray sword in the back? There was 2v1 on my ass, rotating in and out the heal like I was fucking Primadon. Our friend saw this and put up the help. Now it's a 1.5v2. Why 1.5? Because while they was taking turns with me and healing, I had to sit there and take it with no breaks, no chance to heal. And I want y'all to play a little game with me. Guess what happened within 5 seconds of them seeing my friend? A. They said I was awesome sauce. B. They complimented my phenomenal drip. C. They put up with 3 more people. D. They apologized and everybody lived happily ever after. If you said anything other than C, God bless your heart, this game is not for you, do not play it. And anyways, yes, they did in fact outnumber the fuck out of us. And to make things worse, my friend put up on the worst class possible. I mean, just hear it from him.
I'm pissed I made this class. I'm so serious. I hope you know that. Look at me, bro. I got so much aura. Surely I do damage, right? Surely I do damage, right? My strongest move. You ready? You ready? Dang! Oh my... Put a bigger hole in my chest, bro, please.
So of course, after making them rotate out on me 5 times, I eventually lost and rejoined the server on an ultra class. And at this point, this shit was a 1v5. I was the one. So they did the most reasonable thing anybody would do in this situation, right? Run away and log. Yes, the second I was no longer handicapped because of my lack of progression, they decided to escape instead of take the numbers advantage over me. And the worst part is, I can't even blame the players when they genuinely believe they can't win that fight. The game's design encourages you to play and think this way. Permadeath in an open world RPG with PvP instantly raises the stakes, because progression takes time, and time is an invaluable currency that everybody has. When the chances of winning look slim, of course you'd want to run away when your time and efforts are tied to these 3 hearts right here. But if that's the case, why do people still play the game? Ironically, one of the answers is permadeath. The money, equipment, weapons, and classes you farmed for are all that much more valuable because they took you hours and could be ripped away from you within minutes. Trying to discover the map with that risk shadowing your every move can be thrilling and exciting. It's those moments where the game is at its best in retrospect because those moments are memorable. The moments I remember the most have been my PvP encounters and discovering new enemies for the first time.
Yo, who the fuck is that? Who is that?
What?
Yo, who the fuck is this?
What?
Look at this big
Oh, what the fuck? Yo! Oh, what's good, y'all? So I'm literally in the middle of editing the video. This video, the one that you're watching as we speak. And while this is happening, like 10 minutes ago. The entire Rogueblox server just got nuked. We're looking at announcement channel. Apparently, this guy named Kata, Froppy, and Intech just nuked this server. Player chat is low-key filled with like, I'm obviously gonna censor this, but it's like gifs of people killing, gore, porn, like this shit is crazy. Every single dev has lost their permissions. This shit was at 12:27 a.m. July 17th, 2025. Ain't no competition, just competing for. This doesn't mean that permadeath is always a good thing. Games on the Roblox platform are often riddled with bugs, poor optimization, latency issues. This game's so ass. Like, stop jumping, bro. Damn, I know you're happy to see me. Holy shit. In a weak anti-cheat. So what's the solution that these games have? A resource system done over Discord. If you have an unintended death, according to their guidelines, a moderator will restore your life. There are many things that aren't restorable that I don't blame them for because they are intended, but that's the issue. The intended core gameplay fails to support permadeath. I took the time to spend hours learning and utilizing different forms of combat in this game, progressing different styles, towards different classes, a whole lot of stuff. And honestly, this game's cock isn't that great. Combat optimization and community, by the way. PvE and PvP often feels like shit to learn because of the way indicators work. In Rogueblox, different attacks must be defended against in different ways. Red means you must perfect block or dodge, blue means you can only dodge, and yellow means it must be interrupted by an attack or avoided it entirely. But the indicators aren't consistent. Let me show you what I mean. So here's my amazing drawing of a giant zombie. Now let's say he has a stomp attack and a bite attack. Both of these moves are red, meaning they can only be perfect blocked or dodged. But you keep messing up because a stomp has the red indicator appear 1.2 seconds before the attack lands, while the bite appears 0.4 seconds before the attack lands. This is a big issue because you're taught to quote-unquote quickly raise your guard when you see that red indicator, and the same goes for all the other indicators. This timing inconsistency can be spotted across the entire game, not just with the mobs, but also within the classes players are using. And it doesn't help that this game's optimization makes you feel like you're running around in $2 Chinese sweatshop produced flip-flops. Like, yeah, sure, you're getting somewhere with those flip-flops, but the whole thing is falling apart within seconds. And it's not a one-time thing that I experienced. 9 times out of 10 when I join a server, whether it's through a barely functioning server browser or the quick play button, I'm setting at a consistent 300 ping. Like, am I living in America or am I playing for Brazil? It feels like I'm moving in flash time the way these mobs are slow-mo jumping for joy when they see me. This makes the combat feel very janky and unfair because of the insane hitbox to model mismatch in almost every server you join.
Yo, you lagging? Nah! Yo, nah!
And that's not even taking into account the timing inconsistencies I mentioned earlier. Imagine dealing with all of that all at once. And now we can finally talk about the elephant in the room, the goddamn community. I don't even know where to start. Like, we got fully progressed ultra classes jumping freshies at the start of town despite the penalties the game gives. If you don't know, if you grip a freshie and you progress, you get 30 minutes of uncurable insanity and your name is marked red for a while. Which means if you die during this time period, you lose 2 lives instead of 1. All this useless freshie killing contributes to is this vicious cycle where the freshies who do continue to play the game end up becoming what they hated most. On top of that, we got exporters, man. Permadeath games have some of the biggest exporting communities known to mankind. I swear to God, bro, if this guy flies away the second I down him. Holy fuck. And I mean, it checks out. Why risk the high stakes of permadeath when you can just cheat it with almost zero risk of getting caught as long as you're smart about it? What's stopping you from having ESP on 24/7 or even a super subtle movement speed buff? There's practically nothing stopping you. And this takes us back to what I originally said. This game is actually a social experiment. It's like putting a bunch of little kids into this world where they're constantly being antagonized and put under pressure because of this game's combat optimization and community, by the way, along with permadeath. I can deadass do a scientific study in this motherfucker. Also, the quality of life of this game sucks. Thanks so much for watching. I love y'all. Peace. Hold on, there's a dreadhead talking to me. Can I go God mode? Yes. God mode activating. 3,
You are
2,
so cringe.
1. Ah!